There we go.
Hey,
Did it work?
I believe it did. Should be. I'm waiting for the update. In case we're live, what it do?
We are live. I can see it on my phone.
Hey, I got comments pulled up.
Perfect.
Hey, okay.
Okay. You ready?
Yes, if you want to give us an intro or you want me to do it.
You can do it. Intro
Okay.
yourself with your beautiful voice.
What's going on, YouTube? This is Josh and Bill again, back at it with another Officer's Breakdown. Due to us being adults and having to do adult things. Bro, Boom 11's already in the chat. Let me finish giving the intro.
That's incredible.
And I will give him the Paul also. Hello.
That's incredible.
So, anyways, today I'm going to be the disembodied voice. We are being hosted by Bill in his beautiful man cave. It's much sexier than mine. If you guys have any questions about stuff you guys want us to see, put it in the chat. We're going to be breaking down current events for today, and Bill is going to be the moderator. He's controlling everything, like I said, from his man cave. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. I believe you should be able to. But here we go.
Have Boom 11 give us an audio check.
Yeah.
Make sure
Boom, can you hear us?
both sounding crisp and clean here.
Yes. It's a very nice man cave. So they can, I guess they can hear my voice because the only one's been talking.
So it's just me just doing weird shit like grooming my beard, just like this on a video.
So okay, cool. He can hear me. Paul, it is very nice to see you. Welcome to our Officer Breakdowns. As you can see, we're going to be breaking down current events. We had the Ryan Remington shooting. We're going to be talking about. I think we're going to start off with that actually, if that's what's up here. So this is the Arizona officer. I think it was Tucson.
Yes.
I said Tuscan earlier like an idiot. But anyways, we're going to go look at it. If you guys haven't seen any of this stuff, we're going to watch this shooting happen.
All right,
and we'll
you
talk
ready?
about it. Yes.
Bravo 1-8.
Bravo 1-8.
This must be a parking
I have
lot
a male
camera, I'm guessing.
suspect that
Yeah.
shoplifted knife in front of me, pulled a knife on me. He's currently westbound
So
in
he's
the
in
parking lot.
a
I need an additional
motorized
unit to
wheelchair.
Bravo 1-8 at
Mhm.
1650 West Valencia Road. We're going to be 1039.
Who's this guy?
Bravo 8, copy.
I don't know,
Male,
man.
Prevention, maybe?
flannel t-shirt, white hat.
So you wanna pause it?
DD's discount.
So I kind of wanted to point out on this. Thank you, Paul, for the confirmation on audio. I kind of want to point out that this guy's not only walking, but he's also like able to come in real clear on the radio. You can kind of see it. I don't know if he's going full blast on that little. I think they only have one speed.
Those wheelchairs?
Those wheelchairs, because I think that's like the medical grade.
They probably
Chairs.
have like a variable speed, but it is not going to go. Like, it's not going to go that fast where this
Yeah.
guy shouldn't be able to walk and keep up with it, you know?
Yeah, so I've been doing some thinking. I saw this about 2 days ago. I had our Patreon subscriber, Michael, actually brought this to my attention, and I went live on TikTok, and they mentioned it, but I didn't know what they were looking at.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say this: after chewing on this for 2 days, I get why he's not engaging this guy right now because he is by himself, and this is an armed subject. At that point, I mean, would it be robbery since he did pull a knife on loss prevention?
Did he
At the
pull
very
a
least-
knife on loss prevention, or did he pull a knife
Yeah.
on his cop?
So later, what's said in the call text is that as he's leaving, loss prevention tries to detain him, and when they try to detain him, he pulls a knife on loss prevention.
So first of all, why is loss
Yeah.
prevention detaining people?
I'm with you. So I think that there's the legal questions that kind of go into that, but
I guess you could call that robbery. Right?
yeah. So either way, the tactics up until this point, I understand why he's waiting for other units. If this was just a simple shoplifting call with a wheelchair guy, I might show up by myself. Not in the place that we worked, but if I was working in the middle of nowhere. But Tucson's not a small city.
Tucson is one of the bigger cities in Arizona for sure.
So, but anyways, this guy goes, and we'll keep watching this.
I mean, I guess if he was in the parking lot, they thought that he was
Bravo
trying
1-8,
to
we're
leave.
currently northbound
Yeah.
on Oak Tree going towards
But he's giving, at least he's talking to
Bravo
dispatch
15
and stuff.
1U5. He's confronted by loss prevention. He pulled a knife on loss prevention while I was right there.
Oh, so the
Bravo
cop was
1-8.
there
We're
too.
on the east side of Lowe's in the parking lot, so we're just west of Oak Tree. Still going southbound.
Okay.
So here's his backup officer showing up.
Do we get that guy's body cam at all?
I don't think so, no.
Not yet, huh?
Not going to the store, sir.
Get his gun out. Oh my god. Oh.
So pause it real quick.
Oh.
So
Oh.
we're gonna get the, I believe, the in camera. Shout out to Police Activity for helping us with this video. Anyways, trigger warning for anyone that wasn't ready for that. The fact that the backup officer didn't have his gun drawn kind of tells me how calm the situation was kind of prior to that. If I knew it was a hot call or if it came off to me as a hot call.
Stop right there. Would you have had your gun out?
Would I have had my gun out for this?
Mm-hmm.
Probably not, no. I'm going to be honest, probably not.
I wouldn't have at all.
Because like, and this is the reason why I say this. It's the lack of mobility.
Exactly.
There was something, it's, I chewed on this a ton about, okay, at what point do I think this guy's a deadly threat? If he's bearing down on me and I'm cornered in a room and he's got a knife in his hand, I could see that.
Yeah, that's different.
But and again, there is some legal precedence for a fleeing felon. I don't think this is a fleeing felon, to be honest. Nor do I know. You have shoplifting, maybe, and
Well,
then
yeah.
if he's there, maybe detaining this guy, and he decides to flee on foot with a knife in his hand. I we're not on foot, on wheels here, even worse. But I just, I mean, a 2x4 should stop this. Yeah, I'm with you. So, but anyways, we'll keep playing it. I think they give us a second angle here.
And the problem is, like, I understand if you've decided to shoot this guy, you're shooting to eliminate the threat.
Sure.
Did it take 7 shots, you think? Like, really? And
Yeah.
That extra one at the end? Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, so it like I said, it's
Oof.
Not going to the store, sir.
this is what kills me the most.
Oh, God.
Man, that last shot was oof.
Oh.
He DOT right there. So go ahead and pause it. So that kind of should the other egregious thing, and you guys can kind of see at the lower left hand corner there was a civilian as a backstop there. Now I think he shot more into like what's behind this chain link fence, but it's even more egregious in my opinion because you don't know
Yeah. And that's just,
what's behind that.
that is a flimsy fence. That is
Yeah.
That's not a wall. It's not nothing.
So it
Ooh, man.
this to me falls under the lawful but awful. I really do feel this way, and the only reason I chewed on this was if I'm pulling a knife on PD, that's a dumb move.
Yeah.
And what was said here is he was verbally telling him you will not go in there,
Yeah.
and the guy in the wheelchair apparently is like you can't stop me, and is like fuck it, I'm going in there. And if you believe, hey, what's going on, Michael? He's
Michael's
here
here.
working, but here it is. Thank you for Michael, the one, our Patreon sub. He's out there in, is it North Carolina, South Carolina? I think it's South Carolina. It's one of the Carolinas. He's still po-poing it while we're just here doing it as dumb civilians on the internet. I'm no medical expert, but I believe that man's dead and does not need to be in handcuffs after being shot 7 times.
He's probably
You're,
just
you're
frisking.
probably right. I think it's probably
just
true.
frisk.
Probably training kicking in at that point that he's just cuffing him. Man looks like a bad shooting. Just my opinion. In North Carolina, thank you for the specification. I will say this, Paul. There is a very real argument for this guy never posing a deadly threat. There's a very real, and my knee-jerk reaction to this, why aren't we just going hands-on with this guy? My knee-jerk reaction, I thought, there's Taser, there's OC, there's bucking up and
Dude,
sacking up and just ripping this dude out of his little hover around
immediately
here.
Thought if this were you and I, if he had got close to that door, you and I would have said,
Sure.
you take the right shoulder, I'll take the left, and we are going to put this dude onto
Yeah.
the ground on his stomach.
Yeah, it would have looked bad
Yeah,
because
I mean,
we'd
it
have
might
been pummling a old wheelchair bound guy, but
Would
it's
it
better
have
than
looked
shooting
this
him.
Bad? I don't think so.
No. So my knee jerk reaction was just literally exactly what Bill said. Is like
I was-
there's a million different answers to this than just doming this dude.
And also from behind him. Like,
Agreed.
I understand that he was giving him commands and stuff, and yeah, maybe you think that he can, like, he's gonna like stand up and rush you, I guess.
Yeah.
Like maybe you think his legs work and he's just in that wheelchair for pain
It-
or something.
And I'm with you that, but the second I get a backup officer and the second I have lethal cover,
Yeah. Why not stand in front of this guy and say you're not going in that store?
Yeah.
Your taser in
Yeah,
your hand.
sure. So
That was just,
I'm 100% on board with this guy getting fired. I believe that. Honestly, if I was his admin, I'd been canning the guy too, to be honest.
I mean,
I'd be curious to see
where the charges
how
are.
this gets articulated as far as what the PC was for what this guy was doing.
Yeah.
Again,
If they
if he
call it
took a
proper.
swing, if he took a swing at loss prevention with the knife, maybe he took a swing at the officer with the knife prior to all of this stuff going down, and that's why this officer was so. Maybe he showed a bit more mobility than we knew. We still don't know what his mobility restrictions were.
Yeah.
We only know what we saw. Maybe he thought in his mind, as long as I stay in this chair, it's like home safe. This
Yeah.
guy's not going to go hands on,
I
whatever.
believe
We
that.
don't know.
I believe that because he's going to think,
Yeah.
oh, these officers don't want to look bad on the news by throwing
Sure.
a person in a wheelchair on the ground.
So I think the one side of the coin says, hey, have tools, have empty hand skills, have stuff like that to help keeping this from happening.
Something.
Once you decide to shoot somebody, I get it. He did shoot the guy 7 times, and there was a pause
That last one.
between that last shot. I get it. You don't shoot people to tickle them. You shoot them to kill them. I get that. I think my complaint is what made him a deadly threat then, as
Well,
opposed to
also,
earlier.
If you're trying
And
to stop him from getting in the store,
yeah,
he stopped moving in the wheelchair. He
Yeah.
stopped moving after the first, second, or third shot.
yeah. So it's you have to articulate every subsequent shot at that point. Why is he still a deadly threat? Why is he still so on and so forth? The second half of that is, again, I'd be curious to see what they thought they could have charged him with, how this was articulated in the report,
Yeah.
and then if there's no evidence that this guy had any level of mobility, and let's say this guy's got like a dull butter knife. I've had a butter knife pulled on me before. I had a mentally handicapped 18-year-old kid
Yeah.
pull a knife on me.
Yeah.
It was a butter knife, but I had the presence of mind, and my life would have been over had I shot that kid. I'd have been more justified because he wasn't wheelchair bound. He was like
Yes.
6'3", and
Been slightly more justified, but
yeah. So I think,
I think
did he
let's be
brandish
honest,
any other weapon? I do not believe he brandished any other weapon. I don't think he had any other
it's
weapon on
probably a
him
pocket
other than
knife,
the.
dude. I mean,
Yeah.
look at all the crap that fell out of his lap. It was probably a pocket knife, like a 3. I don't even know if it was a 4-inch.
Yeah, so
flip pocket.
so anyways, for anybody watching this that wants the police breakdown of this, I really think having tools is important. This is why having tools and training is important, because there's so many other things you could do other than smoke this guy. Even if he's chilling in the parking lot,
Yeah.
as he's running around the parking lot, bro, yeet this guy out of the wheelchair. If I yeet him out of the wheelchair
Yes.
and he's got to crawl to that, I'd probably feel a lot better about it, that he's at least committed to it.
Well, and I
I
think
understand, and I understand the tactics of not wanting to approach him by yourself, but
I think it's a point we bring up all the time. Like, that was a reliance on a tool because
Yeah.
you don't have empty hand skills.
yeah,
Because if that guy felt comfortable going hands on, he would have just took him right out of that wheelchair. When the backup
Yeah.
officer got there, I'm cool with
Yeah.
that. But
yeah. I'm cool with Spartan kicking him out of that chair. I don't care how you do it, but anything's going to be better than deadly force given what was given.
yeah,
Michael, I don't know if the report's there. We might double check it. We might do a follow up on this if the report is there. And Boom 11, I do think he was domed
no one
there.
released it yet.
Yeah. So I definitely think they're blurring this because he probably took that last one to the dome. I've seen what bullets do to people's heads, and it's not great.
Well, that looks like a lot of red right there. So
Yeah. So,
Super
but this kills me because I think it's so. Like I said, you Spartan kick this guy to this chair. You suplex this guy to this chair. There's a lot of other things you could have done that would be egregious, but not this
you might
egregious.
still get some time off. If
Yeah.
you do something like that.
But
you're
this
not gonna
is
be
this
looking
is
at-
depending on how this shakes out
Yeah.
as far as what they can prove mobility wise in this guy. This guy's looking at prison time, not like a slap on the wrist. You're never going to be a cop again, like
life
real
in
prison time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Is there any more to this video?
no, I don't think so. No, I just think No, this guy
Looks
doesn't
like
know
he's
how to.
moving.
No, I think he's trying to
15,
pull his.
we have
Oh,
one
he was getting
gunshot
his arm
victim.
out.
Yeah.
Officers are code 4.
Bravo 1-5, is it code 4 for meds to move in at this point?
Bravo 15.
Yeah.
Wheelchair code 3. We got a lot of people here.
10-4, stand by just one. Is it okay for meds to move in? Is the scene secure?
Yeah, scene's code 4.
Where
let's
did
move in.
where'd the backup officer go?
He didn't want to touch that probably with a 10-foot pole.
I was just
He
gonna
probably
say,
regretted
like-
showing up. Yeah.
I was just gonna say I
Bravo
don't
1-8.
blame him for just like
Yeah.
losing out.
So I don't know. Like I said, this one kind of kills me a bit. I feel like this is just indicative of really bad training and over reliance on tools. I don't want to super bury this guy only because it's not. I can see where maybe if he's stuck in a certain place where he believes that this guy's going in there to go stab everybody, that you do. And again, I don't want to excuse
But
that person's
you know I
behavior.
don't believe that. 'Cause
Yeah.
if he was at all justified, they would have released his body camera already.
Oh, I agree. Like I
You
said,
know, if
I
that
don't
guy
believe.
would've,
I don't.
like
Yeah.
lunged a knife at him or something.
Yeah.
And they could show like, hey,
And
listen.
and I don't believe for a second that the shooting is justified. I really don't, because I wouldn't have done it. You and I just said this. We probably wouldn't have even drawn our firearms, to be 100%
yeah,
honest.
probably not.
But
Yeah.
I don't want to excuse this guy's behavior. Unless
I
this
agree.
guy's got like a
I
10 out of 10 mental disability, and in this
Which is
case, the
possible.
systems failed him.
That's possible.
If this either the system failed him or this guy was so used to being a dick that he thought this was appropriate, never suffered a consequence prior to that, and this is it. This is what ends up happening when you end up running from the or rolling from the police with a knife in your hand.
Such a dick.
So either way, it's kind of bad all around. So this is a bad wheelchair bound person and a bad reaction from a cop in a situation that he had time. This wasn't a split second decision.
Man.
This wasn't, misconstruing his movement or anything. This all happened pretty slow. Anyone that's a cop today has had to make a harder decision that was more dangerous to them, and managed to walk away from that situation. I guarantee you, Michael's experienced that. Anybody that's in this chat that's experienced this, we've all had more egregious threats to our health and safety that we didn't treat this way. So
Well,
that's
we-
kind of
like, you and I have definitely, not because we're smart, probably did some
Yeah.
stupider stuff than that.
Yeah, shout out to Paul. Like I said, he's agreeing with like I said, I probably of my uses of force, and this is like uses of force where I'm going hands on, or I'm deploying some sort of weapon on people. This probably falls in like the bottom 1%
Yeah.
of I'm afraid of getting hurt in this instance. It falls under unjustified. I'm with you, Michael. I don't think this is justified at all, but the officer reasonably believed that the actions were justified at the time, which again, we don't know everything. We don't know if we have any what real limitations this person had. We don't know how any of the pit maneuver the chair. Boom 11. God bless you, man. I would actually 100% sign off on that. Pit maneuvering the chair would have A, been metal, and B, would have been better than shooting him.
So my only question to Michael is about that last shot.
Yeah, that last shot was, and again,
That's
once
tough,
you've,
dude.
once you've decided to shoot, you're not shooting to tickle the person,
I
but
agree,
but the term
there
is
was like
to cease the threat. Yeah, there was a
At
good
least a
hard
second, maybe,
stop. Yeah,
like second and a half where he was like, I need to do one more.
yeah.
like-
I'm gonna put a hands up. Boom! I keep going back to this pit maneuver. It's incredible.
It's so funny.
But yeah, that last shot,
Dude, you
like
know what?
he meant to kill him right then
Why
and
didn't
there.
he
So
just shoot the tires out of the wheelchair?
shit, or shoot the wheel. I know now. I wouldn't be on board for shooting the wheelchair. That's not an appropriate way of utilizing a firearm. Too many tools on your belt.
He should have shot.
Honestly?
He should have shot
Hon-
the arm where it moves.
Yeah, honestly, this is one of the very few times where I feel like you could have gotten away with shooting his arm, like shooting the knife out of his hand if you really gave a shit. He's standing so close to him. To
You
be
think he
honest,
was
you could
still
probably
holding the
point
knife?
blank. Yeah,
Like was he actually holding the knife when he shot him?
I don't know. Yeah. I'm
Because
gonna
really-
go somehow we use that in GTA roleplay. If we can get a guy in a wheelchair
Oh my god.
in GTA roleplay, we will play the scenario out. Hell, a baton would have worked. I think this is one of the very few times. Honestly, you could have put a baton in front of that tire and it might have worked. To be honest,
Well, no, I was just gonna say, You
Pepper
don't even
spray,
need
I'm
to-
with you.
you
OC
don't-
sounds good too.
You don't even need to pull him out of the chair. You just need to get his arm off of the, whether it was a button or the little
Yeah.
joystick or whatever.
Yeah.
You get his arm off of that and you wrench that sucker behind the chair like this. Like,
Yeah, he's done. He's
he
done.
can't go
Yeah.
anywhere. And then
Yeah,
you
I think
control that other arm.
Yeah. And I agree with Boom and I agree with Paul. Like pepper spray, taser, at least deploy them.
Yeah.
Even if
Try
they're
that
ineffective, if you've deployed them and they
Try
were
that
ineffective,
first.
your articulation for deadly force makes a bit more sense.
Yeah.
And a lot of
Yeah,
times
that-
too, like I said, sometimes escalating force is the best way to de-escalate. Because if I escalate to taser, right, and I go and throw taser probes, and this guy pops out of that chair,
Well, now you know.
okay, now shooting him's a little different.
Now
You know,
know.
It just doggy pile makes sense. I don't like the idea of having two. I want good empty hand doggy piling,
Yeah.
not bad empty. I don't want to just tackle this guy because getting stabbed seems really not fun.
Rather get shot.
Yes,
Honestly.
I personally would have tased him. Had another officer providing lethal cover. Like I said, that's why Michael, you're not fired and possibly pending charges because you're not dumb.
Charges.
So, anyways, I'm with you guys. Like I said, that there's so many
Man.
tools. Again, the patrol car. You could have just literally pinned the guy if you really wanted to, or like I said, I think it's as easy as ripping him out of that chair. Because if he really was that immobilized and that he couldn't walk, I'd rip him out of that chair or disable the chair. Anything that you could do to go
Yeah.
and stop that. I think it fixes that problem. So.
If he truly was like,
Yeah, I think it's a big F on the officer's part for not utilizing tools. I think it's a big F for his back. Not he had to have been there for a hot minute, for not showing up. But you never know; they could be far away.
it's a big
And then for the guy, again, it's what we say here in the South: you fuck around, you find out. He found out. You pull knives on people like an
Yeah, I
idiot
mean-
and start doing stupid shit. You happen to get the cop that's
Pretty
going to dome you for it.
it's pretty
So
dumb.
don't steal, don't pull knives on people, and don't try to avoid shooting people
Well,
in
you can
wheelchairs if
steal
you
if you're
can.
in California. You can just
That's true.
go steal whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's
So,
fine.
anyways, we're gonna go to the next one. This one bums me out. There's a dead handicapped dude and a cop that it probably shouldn't have been there. I'm gonna be honest. If you couldn't navigate that, you
Yeah.
probably don't have any business in the
I'm
streets.
curious of like the
Yeah,
the
experience level and all that
experience level,
stuff. Yeah,
the years, you know.
yeah.
I'd hate
Use
to
of
hear
force.
he was
I'd be curious to see what his use of force history was because I like weirdly enough I was lucky to have a bunch of it when I was in FTO phase.
Yes.
I had a ton of use of forces in FTO,
I had
but
more in FTO than I ever did by myself.
yeah, because it's like they got us into stuff.
Yeah.
I learned kind of how to swim in that environment. So by the time I was by myself, like I'm the senior officer having to make the decision, it was easier.
Yeah.
I realized what I had, and now you don't freak out. And like I said, dome Meals on Wheels there. Like I don't know. It just kills me. But anyways, we'll go on to the next one. Like I said, what's this? You have a bunch lined up, so
I have
we're
a
ready.
bunch of Instagram posts. Some will
We're
just be
ready.
short, so
This is a fire police post. Shout out to police post on this.
they've been posting some really good
Yeah.
training videos.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof, that backstop is gnarly.
It
Oh.
was rough, but look at where he was running.
Yeah. Yeah, F that, dude. Bro, this has got Section 8 written all over it.
Oh, 100%.
It's got the projects written all
This
over
is
it.
the apartments that we used to work in. So,
This really is. This was you know exactly it. All the ones in the 220s.
yeah. 100%.
God, dude, the 220s and the
Yep.
230s, man. This was
And the
cancer.
240s.
And the
The 20s
240s.
mostly. This looks like the 20s.
I'd be curious to see the breakdown of kind of how this went down. So the guy's running on foot.
Yeah. We didn't get much of what happened beforehand, but there we go. Here, we'll back up a little bit.
Dang.
Brought to slow motion, you can see Mr. K brandish a firearm in his right hand.
See, I tell you what, man.
So that cop was trying to run in front of him. to
Mr.
stop
K's
him, I'm
handgun
assuming.
was recovered
Yeah.
by the Department of
It's a
Forensic
Bursa
Sciences
Ultra
and
Carry,
taken
my
as
guy.
evidence. Officers provided first aid until DC Fire and
Go
EMS
back.
transported and taken as evidence. Officers provided
Go back to the
first-
actual shooting then, I guess, the very, very beginning. We can kind of slow it down.
Don't move! Don't move, don't move, don't move!
That was fast, dude.
Golly!
That was fast.
So I will say this: when the discharge of the firearm happened, I kind of saw
Yeah.
when they slowed it down. Technically, his backstop was a brick wall. It's not bad. But God, talk about a quick. That is such a rock and a hard place. But he got him center mass. Oh my goodness!
Yep.
And notice, discharges his firearm, nails this guy right. No other shots. No other shots.
Not super happy he just pointed that at that other officer. But
Yeah, I'm with you. Now, to be fair, I'm not going to super criticize most of his actions afterwards, just because he's super amped.
Oh,
I
agreed.
do like,
Agreed.
I
he was aware at least.
yeah, I do like that the other officers were like, "Fuck this, we got him. Go fucking stand over there."
Yeah.
That's an incredible job. They technically just got shot at. It's an incredible job by those backup officers. Like, super shout out to them. But yeah, Boom 11, yeah, dude, like he's got that One Punch Man kind of reaction time. It's pretty
Yes.
incredible.
That was.
And then, like I said, your backup officers did what they were supposed to do. They went and secured this guy really quickly. Again, there wasn't 18,000 rounds that went off and then a pause to make sure you hit this dude in the face. They were trying to seize this person. They had to leverage deadly force. He posed a very real, deadly threat to them. This is
Imagine being that guy and having the wherewithal to see that gun
yep.
coming out like
Yep.
and up. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with Paul that his partner is really in the crossfire. I don't know that you got much of a choice there, and so I think this is kind of where training, having that fighter mindset and being ready to do this type of stuff. Is it ideal? Absolutely not. These things tend to not be in an ideal situation. Heck, our last video,
Yeah.
if you're gonna pick a use of force, that's a pretty big layup compared to this video.
Yeah.
And results matter. Ultimately, they took this guy into custody without hurting anybody else. I don't see any issue with this use of force. It's not perfect. Obviously, like I said, you'd prefer a berm.
Yeah.
You'd prefer,
But,
a
I
lot
mean,
more
you're still
time.
talking- there's a brick wall
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So.
I'm going to give kudos to it working out. This guy happened to be John Wick for half a second. I find more power to this dude. Boom 11, the power he has the power of an anime. His arm moved as fast as he can. Yeah, it really was fast. I was really shocked at how fast that was. Big time in the crossfire, but he didn't have. Yeah, if he wouldn't have acted, he's taking rounds. I'm gonna be honest with you. And then,
Especially where
and
he
what's
was.
worse, I think what's worse too is I think the point of view officer that we have is more in their backstop than they
Yes.
are in his.
Yes.
So he would have been the one he was probably the first one to be able to see the gun, and he addressed it, and he took that burden upon himself. I think it was the right decision, Paul. I'm right here with we are tracking today with the wait. Kudos to the chat for being on it. You guys are.
I'm jealous. I need to pull the chat.
Yeah. It's popping today too. We got some. Yeah. So, we go to the next one.
Yeah. While I pull us up here. Mute that.
Or y'all get to admire Bill's really sexy wall back there.
You like that? I'll dip
I do.
down so you can see it. The AR peeking out back there.
Hey.
Hey. So that I saved this clip for we'll say training purposes, right?
Yeah. So this is a shout out to Fit Responder here for providing the video.
This is going to be the first video is prepared, and then the second video is going to be unprepared.
They're running southbound.
My guy.
Which way? That way?
Bro, he's striding now. Look at that PTO. Oh, that FTO's like noob. He's running on foot.
So, but again, into a freaking apartment complex, dude. Like,
I tell you what, man.
so here's the.
And honestly,
video.
oof.
I'll let this one just soak in for a second.
Oof.
Yep, there it goes.
They better have run 5 miles prior to this.
Well, I'm just gonna say it. Based on the looks of them, they could
No.
run 5 miles if their life depended on it. So,
My
Oh,
guys,
they all
my
stopped.
guys did a straight up walk.
Yep, they're all
Bro.
walking.
So the reason why I'm teasing about this too is right now you have a beautiful backstop. Right now you have a you have an ability to stop a subject
Oh,
before he
God,
starts running
yeah.
onto a freeway.
Look where he's going.
They let this guy touch the freeway. This escalates the need for force exponentially.
Yep. Oh,
And that's exactly where he's going. Now, officers are now at a huge risk. Huge risk.
And
The public's now at a huge risk.
The officers that are coming in those patrol cars can't do anything.
Hey, Boom 11, somebody has your little portfolio picture here, your profile picture.
Oh yeah, right here.
So,
Booms is
and
better,
again,
though. Booms is like a waving flag, like
Booms is a waving
really
flag.
digging it.
So, like I said, here again, obviously being fit and ready to do the job, you do not have to be a triathlete, but you better be able to at least run a few blocks in gear and not be totally winded that you can't do the job.
You know what?
I'm
I'm
not
not
saying-
saying first guy. His radio traffic. He was
Was
able to
mint.
talk while running.
Yeah. Also, bro, this muscle discipline was legit.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with this guy. So, also I love the FTO driving through the yard.
100%. Bro, that was me my last year on patrol. Man, if I didn't have to run, I didn't need that. I wasn't going to. But the like I said, it's because of their lack of fitness. I guarantee you get into a use of force on the freeway, you're liable to die. Another officer's liable to die. You're liable to hurt an innocent third party. You're giving that guy a lot more options to get away. And
Hell
then,
yeah.
like, if
Dude.
they would have handled it on that grassy knoll,
Oh, running up onto the freeway though, like
yeah.
so bad.
Yeah.
Just bad.
All right,
You ready?
on to the next one.
So
yes,
this one
I'm
isn't
glad you saved that one.
This one isn't police related, but it is I think like a very telling of the times. So this is just a random guy shoving his girlfriend,
Hey, what's going on, bro?
and then this guy comes over
What's up?
and handles it.
Hey, she ain't your girlfriend? Hey, she's trying to get out the car, bro. So, let her go. You need a ride somewhere, ma'am?
My man.
It gets better.
You need a ride somewhere?
Tell me he gets out this truck.
Give it about 2 more seconds.
Hey, just let her go, bro. I mean, she ain't worth the case, ain't she?
Is this guy a Target employee or what?
She's trying to leave.
Probably not with that haircut.
My man. I'll pause it.
She ain't trying to go.
Shout out to my people. This guy has got contractor body.
100%. Yeah.
You do not want to fight a
And
contractor.
Look at the
This man
that
doesn't.
2002 truck.
Yeah, you do not want to fight this man. This man does nothing but work with his hands all day.
They don't
He
fight.
could.
There's not
he-
nothing happens. But I just thought this was a good one for like.
I will say this: seeing and recognizing that obviously someone's in distress. This is something that we do and we stress a lot on situational awareness and obviously picking up on what's going wrong.
Yeah. Well, he slammed the door and then he shoves her into.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Shoves her
Well,
into the
and
car like.
and normally, I'll say this. Normally, I would be of the advice if someone was asking me what should you do in this environment. Leave that shit alone. Normally, I would
be a
say
very
leave
good
that shit alone.
witness.
Yeah. Turn on your cell phone,
Yeah.
call the police, all
Yeah.
that stuff. I will say this though, and mind you, your boy, should I say also my boy, Tim Kennedy is posting this.
Yeah.
If Tim
course.
Kennedy rolls up on this guy's an apex predator of a human being. He can do what he wants.
Yeah.
But if you happen to be a person that believes in doing the right thing and has a certain set of skills and knows how to carry yourself and things like that and is ready to take on the burden and responsibility of stepping up and defending people's freedoms and rights and things like that, man, have at it, my guy.
Well, and,
High
you know,
five to Mr. Contractor here.
he was probably just recording in case something happened, but freaking good on him for
Mhm.
speeding over there once he shoved her into the car. Like,
Mhm.
you can't tell
Yeah.
me. Like, I don't know. I would have
Yeah.
done it. I probably
Michael,
would not fight.
I've worked in construction. Contractors don't fight fair. Yeah, that guy'd be coming out with like a nail gun
Yeah.
and a hammer.
It would be something, dude. It would
Yeah.
not
So
be today.
anyways, yeah, I shout out to this guy for having the stones to do this.
Yeah. Because
Um,
normally you don't see that. Normally you just see the camera up and just I'm just going to record everything and not do anything.
yeah. I really like that he stepped up. I normally wouldn't advise it. I just kind of want to put that on the internet. Normally, I do not advise in getting into other people's business because you don't know what's going on. However, I fucking love seeing somebody go in there and doing it. That's my man.
That's why
I
saved
love
this
it.
One. Had to. We had to show it.
Which one?
No, I'm just saying that we had to show
Oh,
this one.
I love that one. I love it.
You're not going to love
If you got
this one.
it- I'm ready. What?
Just wait.
What is going on here?
So they're clearly
Bro,
trying
what is Mr. AR doing here? What is going on here?
It gets better.
Why is everyone on foot?
I don't think this is America. I don't think.
What is going on here?
Yeah.
They're speaking English.
Yeah, I guess they are.
What is
No,
going on here,
Where's all
dude?
the cops? Like, she said no, no, no.
Yeah, I wouldn't want my car getting hit by that. So pause. Okay. If you're the first person in front of a car like this and you don't have an arrest plan, like how does he intend to arrest him this way? I'm gonna be honest with
Wait a
you.
minute. Why is there a shield?
That's what I'm getting at. Like I totally get when you're approaching like a high risk takedown, and I'm not saying this isn't a high risk takedown, because it is.
Yeah.
But if you feel that you need a shield because this person might be armed, so on and so forth, how is it the second his hands get a little squirrely, you're not even immediately smoking this guy?
I
A.
don't know. And also, it is
But-
America. It's in Hawaii.
Oh, even better. Oh, my birthplace, my guy.
My birthplace. You and Obama, huh?
So yes, I am Obama.
At least you
if
have a
you-
birth certificate.
Exactly, I managed to get mine.
I don't know, dude.
How they're not pinning this car in with patrol cars, I don't know. And maybe they couldn't get to him.
Says
Maybe I
they're
get
not
that.
allowed to.
Is not allowed to pin vehicles.
That's what it
They
says.
have to give them an alley of escape.
That's what it says. I don't know.
Why approach?
This,
I'm gonna be honest. If this were my geos, I wouldn't have
approach that.
approached the car. I'd wait till that car ran out of gas.
Well, maybe that.
And when they ask me why I'm waiting for the car to run out of gas, I would cite that geo.
I just wish.
I'm
we-
giving him an alley to escape,
Yeah.
and I can't pin the car,
I just
and
wish
I don't
we
want to
knew
risk officer safety.
what led up to this, though. Like,
I'd be curious. So, like,
How
if this
did-
is like
how
a
did-
misdemeanor, like kind of charge, fuck it, I'm probably letting this guy go.
how
But
did 10 cops get on foot and then get a shield out and a rifle?
yeah, that's wild, dude.
Also, I think I might be wrong. Okay, he does. He leaves the shield on top of the car as it drives off. Look.
What
There
is
it goes.
going on here? What is
I'm
going
dead.
on here? We got guys with batons. We got guys with guns.
Hang on.
We got I don't know what's going on
Look at this
here,
guy. He's crouching.
bro. I just
Okay, we're done. I'm done. I'm done making fun of it.
if somebody's from Hawaii PD that sees this, please enlighten us. That was some weird. I've
Maybe-
seen some weird
maybe
stuff,
we
and
can't
again,
do anything, dude. I don't
you
know.
you do not get the Darwin Award of the Year. That goes to Mr. Wheelchair Guy. But I don't know what's going on here. That's kind of weird. Old contractor dude had more officer presence in his
Yes.
reflective t-shirts and jeans
Yes.
than a bunch of these dudes
But
with shields
he
and
had
guns
way better
had.
presence, dude. Like,
Yeah,
that, you could
so-
tell that kid was like, oh.
Go ahead and put in the F in
I
the chat
messed
for
up.
Hawaii PD here
I
because they
messed
really
up.
they really dick that. Anyways, we'll keep going.
All right.
When you work night shift and are an hour over on night shift, going over is hard. I will say
Yes.
that it's different on
Dude,
night
when
shift
the
than it
sun
is on
comes
days.
up, your life is
Yeah.
over. But
And
shout
you
out to
know-
our guy Mike the Cop here.
Mike the cop. Okay, we'll see this.
On the ground. Blow my fucking hand off. Now. Get on the ground. No, get on the ground. No, hell no.
Oh my god! With the amount of casual.
Get on the ground. Blow my fucking hand off.
He just walks up,
Boom 11,
his
thank you for the
tie.
F.
just tases him. It's true though. Like,
Yep.
also,
He-
let's be honest.
he's-
This is probably admin.
Oh yeah. I like the way his posture and everything.
Yeah.
He looks like something out of a 70s film.
Yes. That's an old school cop right there.
That's an old school cop. He's reaching for his OC like a real asshole. So anyways, it's totally a thing. I think going over, like I said, I got crushed on overtime on evenings.
Awful. But that's not as bad.
I got it way
because,
more than, but like
You know.
on like mids, like nights, like
Dude, when you work all night and then you have to
That's a
work
bad
as
day.
the sun comes up, there's no
if y'all have clips y'all want us to look at or stories you want us to look at, you can put it in the chat. We will look at them. I will probably vet it first before we open it on
I have,
the live stream, but I will look at it.
I have my other screen open, so I'm actually in the
Yeah.
chat on my other.
So, oh yeah, he's got dual monitors set up. So we're gonna watch this. This is Police Post. Shout out to Police Post again.
So this is the CHP,
Ooh,
and we'll just watch it because it's pretty good.
THP.
My name is Robert. You want to talk about why you're upset?
Nah, man,
What
I'm
happened
good.
today?
Obviously, a crisis.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know what you're going through, but
My man.
I'm here to listen if you want to talk about it.
Look at this.
I mean, that's got to be devastating, man. Like I could hear the pain in your voice. It matters to us because you're over here, you know, on the overpass of the freeway, and the last thing that we want to see is you kill yourself. I'll help you in whatever way I can. I got a lot of resources.
Can I get you a beer?
You okay? Is it okay if I get closer to you? Hey. We got you. Just hold on, brother. Just hold on, okay?
Were they holding on to him through the fence?
Yeah, he's on the other side. He's on the other side of the fence.
Oh,
he climbed over
dang.
that. He climbed over that thing, like that guard, you know.
Dang. Bro, shout out to CHP, my guy.
He was talking to somebody prior to him leaving the
Job. But
Yeah, so shout out to that
We got
guy.
we got a lot of MHMR training. We were pretty lucky. Bill and I had a pretty robust MHMR training thing. Some of us were better at applying it than others. I will say that.
Are you taking a
But
shot at me?
like,
Was that a shot at me right here on the
no,
live
no,
stream?
no, 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 no. That was not a shot at you. That was a shot at other people. You were actually pretty good at it. I will say this.
I was what I
Normally,
needed to be.
normally, if there was a give a damn somewhere, Bill had a real hard time finding it. But when there was people that legitimately needed help, you were pretty good at finding that give a damn.
If you,
But
called, if you called for something stupid,
yeah,
my
there was
facial
no.
expressions were going to let you know that it was stupid. That's a fact.
You were good when it mattered. You saved it for when it mattered.
Hey, if you
Um,
needed real help, then we'll get you some
I will
real
say
help.
this: if you're out there, I have been subject to suicidality and all that kind of stuff. Go out there and go get some help. I think it's an important thing to do. To give you like a police perspective on that, a lot of officers don't know how to do that. Either it's a lack of training, it's a lack of experience, stuff like that. There's a lot of people that would have fucked this up.
You know what helped
Said the
us,
wrong
though?
thing.
Like what helped you and I a lot is being older and having prior careers where you like
I agree.
talk to people.
Because what I was 26 when I first started becoming a
I
police
was
officer.
27,
Yeah.
I think.
So we had both had
Yeah.
what most people would consider careers
Yes,
prior to that.
but a
And so-
huge part of our class had come from college.
Yep.
Graduated
They were
college and
yeah.
got into the academy.
20, 21,
Different.
22-year-old kids.
Different life,
And
dude.
yeah, it just it was very apparent when we
Oh,
started to have to deal with
dude,
these much more
scenarios,
nuanced. Oh yeah.
When we were doing scenarios, you had to listen to some of these people try and talk to an actor.
Yeah.
And they were guiding you in what to say. Like
Yeah. It's pretty egregious. And it matters. When you're a police officer, it matters. So I'm not dogging on young cops or people that got into it young and figured it out later. But there is a difference, and I, as shitty as it might sound, I would be a proponent for a like 24 or 25 age minimum.
Yeah.
For police officers, because I do think you need to have a little bit of life experience behind you, because when you start navigating this stuff, you start navigating like domestic assaults, you start navigating sexual assault, stuff like that. Age does come into, or just life experience comes into play. Because you know what? I would take a really fucking like jaded 22-year-old more than I would take a sheltered 30-year-old.
Agreed.
In the job. I tell you that. Life experience matters.
Because we had some of that too. We had a certain classmate who was older than us and literally couldn't talk to anyone and was scared of everything.
Yep.
Like, didn't make it through field training. So
nope. Yep.
We'll just put that out there.
Yeah, Michael, shout out, stay safe, go stop doing dumb things, get older and realizing that T-stops aren't worth it, but whatever, man. You gotta stop a car, go stop a car, but stay safe, brother, and hopefully you have a good rest of your shift. For everybody else that's still in the chat and not a loser and not at work, yeah. You guys can keep breaking these down with us.
So we got some more vehicle extractions.
Bro, police post, shout out to police post again.
They are.
Let's go see. Let's see how they do here.
You had multiple chicks. Give me a kiss, baby.
By the wrist, and then I'm going to put just like a jackhammer shake as I pull it off the way the puzzle piece opens up here. And once I do that, now I can hug that arm nice and tight like in our hug arm bar 2-on-1, and I'm going to use
exactly what we were taught.
So I'm going to also give a shout out. This guy's got HGIC taco pouches here on his belt. Man, shout out to this guy.
To start getting him out of that vehicle.
Yep.
Okay, do you want to come out on? Get off me. Get off me. Do you understand that they pulling on me like they dogs? I'm a human being.
This B pillar is all metal.
So pause it. 100%. This guy here is just tracking. This is what we were taught, and this was huge because when somebody doesn't want to get out of a car, they're a huge threat to you.
Yeah.
I think this training's super important. We might even this guy's doing actually a pretty good job of explaining it. We might do like a legit little series on car extractions because it's important, and I think it's important. We might make this a Patreon only thing, but I don't want to teach carjackers how to better get people out of cars. But
also,
for our popo,
Mike Beltran, UFC referee, decided to comment.
My guy.
I don't know. I just thought that was funny.
Shout out to Mike Beltran. But this is a super dangerous place to be. Yeah. This is probably the sketchiest, in my opinion.
As I come up,
this is probably the outside of building searches, like when you're actually looking for someone who might actually be in there. This was the most nervous I got, just because of the level of danger you're in, not just from the vehicle, but from the person, possible weapons. Shit like that. I hated doing this shit. Keep playing it. We'll see what happens. Oh, Bill left. What's he doing? For the rest of us in the chat, we're listening to him, I guess, scold his dogs. Go put a baby Jesus in the chat for Bill.
I had to get my dog.
And his dogs. You got quiet for a second, and I realized why.
I could hear her outside the door.
All right, play it. Is there anything left in this?
Already in place. Keys are out of the.
So this is the full video of the training.
Oh, I like it. Play it.
The car's blocked in. It can't move, whatever that may be.
The car's blocked in.
Into the car. I don't reach into the car when the keys are in there. But my first method for the contact officer, as far as extracting him, is to free his arm off the steering wheel. And I'll do that by the shake method. I'm going to get two-hand grab right down by the wrist. And then I'm going to put just like a jackhammer shake as I pull it off the way the puzzle piece opens up here. And once I do that, now I can hug that arm nice and tight like in our hug arm bar 2-on-1.
I will say this. I did like the way that we actually learned. It was more of a like leveraged pull.
It was, yeah.
We had a way of actually breaking. Basically, if they didn't let go, they broke their arm.
Yes.
I actually I was in the process of breaking someone's like ulna. We had a DWI that was in there, and I went for his far arm, not his close arm.
Yeah.
And I pull basically on if you're in the driver's seat, it would have been his right arm because he was double grabbed on it. And I was feeling his ulna bend.
Oof.
And finally, he asked me to stop because I was about to break his arm. And I like let up a little bit, and he let go of the steering wheel, and then he got yeeted out.
Yeah.
He got to appreciate what pavement felt like. But yeah, that's the only difference I would say from what he's teaching to what we were taught. Is it was a bit more of a it was more dependent on leverage and less on just like physically shaking the guy's arm. But the 2 C-clamp grip was a thing. We learned that too. And also pinning his arm to this this pillar here in the opening of the door is a huge deal. So we'll keep playing.
And I'm going to use that B pillar to start.
Hell yes.
This B pillar is all metal. When I put his elbow as the fulcrum on that and he starts to
it feels
out,
great.
He comes out of the car pretty easy.
Didn't even look like it felt great.
As I come up, safe.
Traffic ticket, you said she was doing what?
45 and a 30.
All right, so if she going 45 and a 30, they pulled her over for a traffic ticket. How is it lawful for them to get the identification of the passenger, which they did not get, but said they identified me?
Andrew, please.
Yeah, getting.
They not trying to let me get out of the car myself, bro. I'm on the phone, obviously. You
Pause.
took your time.
So they tried to pull him out from his head, which is a terrible idea, and they're letting him use his limbs basically.
Yeah, look, he's got his hand here, his other hand up here.
So I will say this: shout out to this guy getting arrested for not throwing punches and kicks, because that's a mercy he's doing for these officers. Honestly, I mean that, like wholesale, like
not wrong. They didn't say get out of the car. I mean, we didn't hear it, obviously, but
yeah, I will say this: you should probably give them an opportunity to get out of the vehicle. There's a slicker way of just saying, "Hey, why don't you go ahead and come out here and I need to talk to you real quick." And if he says no, it's like, "No, I'm not kind of not asking you. I need you to get out of the vehicle for me to talk to you."
Also, not wrong that he doesn't have to identify himself.
I agree. There's some sketchy nonsense coming on here. I don't know how they went from a speeding violation unless there was a warrant on the plate and that warrant came to a person and they managed to pull up an ID and that ID came to him and he was a registered owner. Maybe.
Or if you've this guy before. I mean,
so, yeah, but if it's just like legit a speeding ticket and they think that he's tied to some sort of warrant, it's kind of shady.
Agreed.
Or maybe there's some plain view nonsense that's going on here. But like I said, him not becoming assaultive, him not pulling a weapon, these guys are pretty lucky here. So, but if there's anything left.
My time and get off my car. No. My child's in the car. You had multiple chances. Give me a kiss, babe.
Okay, do you want to come out on the
Get off me. Get off me. Do you understand that they pulling on me like they dogs? I'm a human being.
Get out the car.
Then back up and let me get out. I kissed my family goodbye. Get off me.
Get out. Come on.
Let me get out then. A traffic ticket. You said she was doing.
So I'm gonna be honest here. If you're gonna go hands on, go hands on. You don't. This in between nonsense. I'm gonna be honest. If I was in that situation and I was failing that hard, this guy's probably getting strikes. Like, it doesn't look great, but if I believed he was that big of a danger, this should look different. This is indicative to me of officers that don't know what they have and don't know if the force they're using is appropriate or
100%.
not. Because that's what I'm getting at. Once you know you can use force, and once you know you have PC and reasonable, it's within your code of conduct and it's within the law for you to utilize it, use it. Because if you're having to do it, that means that this person's posing some level of risk to you, and either you want to get hurt / die, whatever, or you just don't know what you're doing. There is really no happy medium. I'll be honest.
It's true.
So that is what makes me nervous about that clip. Is once you have it, use it. And like I said, with old boy in the wheelchair, if I had to yeet that guy out, and I thought to myself, well, he's got a knife. I don't want him going in there and stabbing people. If my articulation for this was to prevent this person from going into this store and possibly victimize everyone, I yeeted him out of that and put him on the pavement, I'd sleep like a baby that night. That guy's getting yeeted and on the pavement.
Yeah,
so
even if you got a write-up, a counseling notice, whatever, that's better than what happened.
So, Boom 11, I don't know when you left, but we had a really piss-poor extraction from a vehicle, and we had a really awesome job that these officers, did a mental health call. And we had swagalicious tasing, and then Hawaii PD, I don't know if you were there that far back, Hawaii PD really failed at detaining a car, so we'll keep going.
Here's a hilarious one.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
pause it.
He said, "Settle down, bud."
I also like that when he first runs away, he's like, "Where are you going?" Like he asked like real calmly too, like, "Where are you going, dude?" Shout out to Police Fitness Nutrition for this video. Also shout out to Axon. You guys like I feel like give cameras to everybody, but or the producers for cameras for everybody. So this I believe was a sexual assault suspect.
Kidnap, assault, yeah.
Paul, you have to stay committed if you go hands on. I agree 1000%, Paul. You fucking amen and louder for the people in the back.
Yeah.
So this guy tried to jump out of a 6-story building or something crazy like that.
But it's one of those hotel rooms where the windows don't even open.
Yeah. And all of those hotels I think have like shatter resistant for like insurance policy reasons. Yeah. Get wrecked.
Yeah.
So I think they ended up arresting him for sexual assault as a suspect for sexual assault. So
Paul said 3rd floor.
Oh yeah. Well, either way, bro. A 3rd floor jumping out that way, get wrecked.
Real committed.
Yeah. So this is Effective Fitness Train without a G. Training.
It's it's training here. It's just
cut off. Okay, it's cut off.
They're an offshoot of Police Posts.
Oh my God, Police Posts.
This is like their training page.
So let's see what's going on here. Put him up! Oof! Oof!
Have you seen the bottom video before?
No.
So I've watched the bottom video before, like just the video.
God dang.
So this guy was doing his
John Wick,
stop.
my dude.
Oh, dude, it was. We'll have to pull up this video on the next live stream. I'll get it queued up for us. But he pulled this car over, and he could see furtive movements. So rather than go up to the driver's side, he walks behind his patrol car, comes up, and stops here at the back passenger window, sees the driver has a gun, and then this happened. It was pretty impressive.
Also, I want to destroy their admin because I see that this guy does not have a weapon mounted light.
Yeah.
I hate them for that. This might, I don't know how old this is, but if this was around the time when you could have had weapon mounted lights.
Super old, I don't think.
Your department is cancer like my department and did not want to issue handgun mounted lights. So anyways, we'll keep going. I will say this though, he stays off the X, which is incredible.
Yes.
And you'll notice this guy never at any point in time realizes where this officer is. That's why he survived this
That's why
encounter.
the full video is so impressive. Because he didn't walk, he saw the furtive movements from his car. He didn't walk up here and engage the driver because he would have got shot.
And you know what? So the training that Effective Fitness Training here is showing, I didn't get from the academy. I didn't get it from any of that stuff. If there was any of this information out there, I had to seek it out on my own, and I never really got that level of hands-on training, despite the fact that I stopped, I don't know, hundreds, possibly maybe into the thousands of cars in the time that we were cops. Like, and again, there's a ton of times I ended up. Yeah. So, dude, shout out to golly.
Yeah, it was good.
He wrecked that dude.
I don't know why.
And that's good training.
Sensitive now.
I don't know. Probably because we said something about it.
Probably.
What is this?
Police posts.
Police post. Shout out.
Yeah.
Great tactical positioning. Paul, dude, no kidding. That guy's legit John Wick. Like,
yeah.
I'm going to be honest. Of all the calls we've seen today, that'd be the one that I think I might have dicked. Yeah. Compared to how that officer acted. Now, was also Mr. 360 spin shot there at Section 8 housing. That I don't know that I could have done either. But like
the dude in the last one was by himself.
That's what I'm getting at. Like, I legitimately see where I could have I definitely might have treated that differently, and I would have been on a box or that have been named a street after me where that guy got to walk away. And it's superior training. Yeah.
I think either one of us would have stopped that car and walked up. You know, the movements were pretty egregious. I think I would have seen them.
Sure.
But
I
don't know if it would have went like that. Like,
yeah, he shout out to that guy. He's fucking probably a better cop than I am.
Oh yeah, both of us put together.
So we'll keep going. I don't know what this is. Standoff with a pursuit suspect.
Oh, there's another lesson, Lethal. So, and the dog's going to join the takedown just a little bit. There you go.
This announcer.
And he's kind of pushing the dog off.
Oh, wow.
You know, he's got the razor blade. Oh, I hope he doesn't slash that dog. I don't want to see that. There he goes. He's
so the weapon then is the razor.
Oh, it really has no place to go. You can see that that shrub right there, yeah, it's just that car's not going to have that kind of movement. And now we're a little worried that they might actually shoot him, but LAPD definitely working that pit maneuver. Yeah, very slow.
This is embarrassing.
Very slow indeed.
Yeah, they're like trying really hard to not.
This guy's continuing just to try to get away, and this is what we've been
So
seeing
pause it.
all afternoon. And
These people had way more tools than we had when we were on patrol.
Yes.
They have the 40 mics. They had the pepper ball guns. They had the beanbag guns. We didn't have any of that.
Nope.
And K9 and K9.
Never got K9.
Yeah, I got K9 twice.
I got
ever.
Got a city next to us. I got their K9.
Yeah.
But
what I want to kind of point out in this call is that is how motivated some people are.
Oh yeah.
And so when people get a little salty that use of force looks hard or something else, like people don't realize like that's a lot of force to use on somebody. And that what if this guy legit had a weapon?
Outside of a razor blade. I mean,
that's what I mean.
A gun,
a baseball bat, like a legit knife, one of them Crocodile Dundee knives. The dog would be dead. Probably one of those officers would probably be seriously injured.
I'm not going to talk shit about a dog, but this person is not wrong. Like,
yeah,
that clearly that canine handler, you know.
Well, honestly, I tell you what, our bite dogs, they took souls, dude. Like our bite dogs were terrifying.
Yes.
These were like 160-pound beasts that you couldn't pet. Because we only had bite dogs. We didn't have like cross certified dogs. They only picked like
they're cross certified now.
There was some Django Unchained kind of nonsense happening when we released K9.
Oh, bro, I feel so terrible for Paul based off his last comment.
God, dude. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Out.
Bill's gonna carry the stream for a second.
Where are you going?
Yes, beautiful.
Paul, we have some of our county guys here in Texas, and that happens to them a lot, and it gives me heartburn thinking about it. So, good for you, buddy. You are a better man than me and Josh put together. Josh left us. That's okay. I'm going to catch up in the chat. Boom 11. The reaction was pretty awesome. Let's see what this one is.
Grizzly Adams in trouble with the law once again for stealing out of the DVD bargain bin that nobody wants, but yet Grizzly Adams has no DVD player and now swinging for the fences, and my God, takes a big ride and drops to the ground. His operating system shuts.
I do love the commentator here, but punching someone into submission in today's like policing world is probably not good. Hey, you're back. He hasn't put his headphones on yet, so he can't hear me.
I'm back.
There you are. So I was saying that Paul said he works in a rural area and his back is 30 minutes out sometimes.
Yeah, fuck that, Paul.
Yeah.
I'll be your friend. I'll back you up if you're ever in North Texas, which is never.
That's what I was saying. Some of our county guys have to work like that, but
yeah,
I just could not get myself to do that.
I love this video. This voiceover is great.
Here, I'll play the sound again.
Operating system shuts down, gets knocked the hell out and knocked the hell back in. When will it stop?
Oh my God.
Good night. Grizzly Adams in trouble with the law once
Grizzly
again
Adams.
for stealing out of the DVD bargain bin that nobody wants, but yet Grizzly Adams has no DVD player and now swinging for the fences, and my God, takes a big
Oh
ride
my
and drops
God.
to the ground. His operating system shuts down, gets knocked the hell out and knocked the hell back in. When will it stop? I think it's over. Good night.
Okay.
So I'll pause it. You see, the only thing real officers just know how to defend themselves. That's amazing.
Hey, look at this though.
Yeah, I will say this. Is there other ways this could have been done? Sure. And I could have a 20-minute conversation about it, but I won't because he fucked around and found out.
Also,
shout out to this officer for just
I'm just going to say
going
this.
to work.
Do you want to do jujitsu with this guy? Like,
No.
You want to
100% no.
You want to roll around on that guy?
100% no. But get wrecked, my dude.
Yeah.
Get wrecked.
So here's some more Mortal Kombat teaser.
Oh my god. Boom 11. Finish him.
It's more like that's like the California version.
Yeah.
All those people in the streets.
Alright, we're ready.
This is really embarrassing.
What's going on here?
We're not gonna play the sound because of the song.
What in the
Yep.
tools dependence is going on here? Those guys talking trash.
Oh, that's just an ad. So, oh, lost my taser. Oh,
Bruh.
I'm trying to do
Bruh.
arm bar.
So they're also
My leg
trying
is
to
on my partner.
they're also trying to dry stun him with the cartridge in,
Yes.
which won't happen.
Nope, not at all.
Okay, we need that sheriff here. This sheriff would have showed him what's up. I don't know what this chick's accomplishing here
Nothing,
by
but
like
she loses
trying to suck off his finger or something. This is weird. I'm also super pissed at this guy because he could have very easily taken his back there. He could mount him here, but instead he's too busy trying to tase him. He's still too busy trying to tase him. Why don't you mount this guy?
Nope, can't do that.
Side
Okay.
control maybe.
I've had enough.
There was so many things I could. So
bad.
my knee jerk reactions to be like, why is she trying for his arm? But then at the same time, she's like, technically, he's the only one in any position
Yes.
to like control his torso.
Yeah,
So
it was bad.
what else was she supposed to do outside of push? Anyways,
It was bad.
I'd have fired them both.
So this is just a little.
That way! Quick! Get the apartment! Quick!
Oh, this is the running guy.
Which way? That way?
Mr. PTO, I'll let you, boy.
I thought it was an extended clip. It's not.
Oh.
So we've already seen it.
Paul, I like the arm bar dry stun gone bad. Might be a little much. I would have thrown hands like that.
Paul, listen.
You know what, Paul? I like your style. He says he says he's gonna throw hands. I like that. I respect that shit.
So this one,
The SWAT post.
yeah,
The SWAT spot.
So we talked about the like far away view of this on it was either the second or the third live stream where the guy had taken the girl hostage in her apartment with a knife. This is the officer's body cam of that.
My man falls down. God dang.
Yeah.
I got him.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. She was really that. No. Don't be like that.
No, it'd be me, but with my dogs.
It would be with your dogs. So I will say this. Shout out to, I guess, the sergeant or the senior person there, because these guys get to shooting. They're like, "Hey, how about you finish clearing the room?" Like there's a cop's cop right there. He's like, "Hey,
But-
how about you stop pissing down your leg and finish doing your job?" But shout out to these guys.
This is why you don't fuck with SWAT. Like
I tell you what,
don't-
they're not there.
Not
They're
there to
not
be
they are not the ones to fuck around with,
Not at
because
all.
you will find out and they will smoke you like that. Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Also, like that lady's reaction to let's say she's legitimately getting held hostage here,
She
right?
was. He had
the
knife to her throat.
You get it. You
Before they
get
went in.
a SWAT team come in here. This guy's been threatening to kill you for God knows how long, right? and they go smoke said guy, and they're trying to pull you out of there, and this chick's like, wait, my cat. This is how irrational people get in high stress situations, and this is like the highest of stress situation.
Yeah. Yes.
You could cut this at the 90th percentile and still be like that.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh. I'm watching.
So this one, I was just reading
You're not on video.
I think these guys saved somebody from a burning car, if I remember it correctly.
Oh, more firefighters. I hated serving warrants, not my thing, bro. Yeah, serving warrants are sketch.
Agreed.
Especially if you knew they were like super aggravated assault.
He's still in there. Come on, get him back.
Bro. No hesitation.
This must have been a pretty gnarly one.
Hey, open up. Right there. Do it. You got it. You fire extinguisher. Hey, sorry. Hey.
So I think they clipped the seatbelt.
Yeah, he is out.
Hey, go get a fire extinguisher out one of the cars.
Don't worry about it, buddy.
Sir.
Go, just toss it.
Yeah.
Toss it.
Hey, sir.
But it's true.
Hey,
You get
come on,
stuck in
sir.
that.
Yeah.
I put my baton up.
Oh.
Come on, get out, sir. Come on. You gotta help me out now.
It's hard to tell if he's just limp or like seizing, but it's almost like he's fighting them.
Yeah, it's almost like he's seizing. And sometimes, like when they're not deceased, they do give you a little bit of resistance. Even when they're having medical episodes.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I think he might be Dewey, and that might be why. His legs could also be pinned. You don't know. He doesn't look like it, though.
So his legs kind of are under the steering wheel, but not to that point, I don't think.
Only half of them's going to burn, I guess. Bro, I tell you what, man.
I got you. Come on. There we go. Come on.
There we go. God, dude. At any point in time, that thing could have gone up, man.
Well, and look how quickly the fire went up the windshield, even after they got him out.
Oh, dang. Yeah. Oh, he'd be dead. If they had to wait for fire.
That was seconds. That was like
If they had to wait for fire, dude, he'd be
it
roasted.
Not been good. So, shout out to those guys.
I'm not 1080 anymore. I work the graveyard shift for 7-4. Wow, golly. Well, Paul, I appreciate you stopping by. If you have to go to work and go do some more legit shit than what we're doing, is talking about other cops doing this on the internet. We appreciate you stopping by. Please have a safe shift if that's what you're going out to go do, and keep it gangsta, my dude. You said you'd throw hands. If someone fights you today, you better throw hands.
I'm with Paul. I like that. You remember this guy?
I don't know if I remember this guy.
For what reason, sir?
Because you're being detained right now.
Why am I being detained?
I'm not debating this through the window. Step out of your car, I'll break your window and drag you out. I don't want to do that. You have a choice here.
Can you hear them?
You have a choice. You either open the door or I break your window and pull you out. It's your choice.
Yes?
You got about 5 seconds. 4, 3.
You need to slow down before you get a lawsuit, sir. You're going to get a lawsuit, sir. He's about to break my window. He just broke my window.
One hit.
Broke my window with all my children.
Bro, my man. He also put his sunglasses on beforehand.
For what reason, sir?
He's got bars.
Golly, I tell you what.
Yeah.
This lieutenant keeps it gangsta.
Yeah.
Let's see. What did it say? Mom fled the scene where her son was suspected in a felony assault. Oh.
Yeah. And was probably, I'm assuming, in the car.
Dang.
So, but also.
Yeah. Yeah. 110%. If you're listening to this, you're missing out because he highlighted a very, 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 very good point. I'm good just hanging out at the house. Hey, but keep hanging out at the house. Don't you dare work. Paul, I appreciate it. We're not going to read that on air because we don't want to get canceled or demonetized or whatever.
Yeah.
It's probably already demonetized this shit, but it's whatever. We're showing people get shot on this and everything.
So this one...
Shout out to Police Post. Police Post is like holding it down, my guy.
Seriously. But situational awareness, everybody's a threat.
Bro, somebody gets that close to you, like right out of the way, it is being confrontational.
Yep. You can see it on his face.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that punch should surprise nobody.
It wasn't a punch.
Oh, shit, he got stabbed?
It's a glass bottle.
Bro.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, somebody comes up to you like that, and immediately, nobody, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, if you're watching this and you're a cop, nobody wants to stand that close to you while you're on duty.
But
nobody.
Why in the world?
Why is he smoking on duty?
I mean, I don't know. It has nothing to do with, I mean, it has a little bit to do with...
No, what I'm saying is, why are you smoking on duty on a street corner?
That's what I know. I was gonna say that's
You're gonna go smoke your cigarette, go hang out in a parking lot that nobody's around you.
Yeah, it's just
wild.
But
anyways,
again,
like I said, nobody's gonna come that close. Yeah,
come on.
This should pick up on some of that stuff.
And as part of a long dream of his, I'm incredibly honored and humbled and grateful to present you with a certificate of honorary appointment as a police officer with the City of Phoenix Police Department.
Dang. You know what? I'll say this. In like watching some of this stuff and seeing like, there's a lot of people that wanted to do that job way more than I did.
Yeah.
And I think I was very lucky to get a chance to serve for as long as we did and to get to see and do some of the stuff that we got to do. There's a lot of people out there that wish they could do a job like that.
I agree.
And don't have that opportunity. So if you do get a job, please treat it kindly. Again, for those of us that wore the badge, we understand the responsibility that you carry because you represent all of us collectively, both when we did it, while we do it, and after the fact. I have to associate with you whether I want to or not. Every time I try to claim...
Even if you're retired.
That's what I'm saying. So, again, shout out to them for doing that. It's pretty cool that they did that for him. But it does. It makes you realize that like you are part of the fortunate few that are not, inhibited in some way, shape, or form to do the job. Whether you had a good upbringing and stuff like that. So, shout out to them for doing that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
See, look at his body posture. Cigarette in his hand. He's just chilling.
It's not great though.
Yeah.
So, convicted felon in a domestic dispute call fires a weapon at APD officer. Taken into custody after a foot chase.
He's like, what? Okay, now it's bad body language.
Hey, he's headed toward y'all.
Dang, he's cooking it. Oof.
Yeah. Put the gun down. Put the gun down.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably shooting at that guy at that point.
Put the gun down.
I know what you're not doing.
Put
you're
it down.
Run down the middle of that
Put
thing.
the gun down.
Yeah. Oh, this is now sketchy. Oh, this is sketchy. Yeah. This is all sketchy. So pause. A lot of people might get angry that he stopped here. I'm gonna be honest. No. I'm on board with that. Yeah. I'm not turning that corner terribly quick.
I'm angry that he didn't use one of those buildings as cover when he shot at him.
Yeah. So, and I get it. Again, he's in the situation. He's in the fight. He's the one putting his butt on the line. He's allowed to make whatever decision he wants. However, this kind of comes down again to training. If you're getting shot at, let's put some stuff in between you and getting hurt.
Yes. Not standing in the middle.
I will say this also. There's a mindset aspect to this where if someone has shown that they are okay with killing you, those are the stakes. I'm gonna be honest, like barring there's something I don't know about this backstop here, because I see a bunch of trees and there's obviously a metal fence here.
Yeah.
I hear a shot get cracked off like that. That guy's probably dying right there.
Yep.
He's on the ground there and he's giving a verbal command. That guy's dying right there. I know he's not shooting at me right then and there. He's already committed to said violence.
Yeah.
This is not. And again, that's going to give some people some heartburn on one side of the fence. The other was like, well, he stopped. Shoot, doesn't matter. Once he's committed to any level of deadly force, like kind of like we were talking about earlier, once you're going to go hands on, go hands on. Once this is a deadly threat scenario, once this is now a fight for your life, treat it as such. But you have to. This is all about mentally preparing to do this. I had to explain. I'm in a civilian world now, and I had to explain to them. I was like, I have homicidal ideations on a daily basis. That's weird to tell people out loud. I was like, but I do. I was like, that was part of my job for the better part of half a decade. I had to, on an everyday basis, be prepared because I knew the side effect was I wouldn't shoot somebody when I needed to, or I wouldn't take cover when I needed to because I couldn't see what a deadly threat was. Yeah.
The only way that I'm not probably shooting that guy is if he set the gun down, put his hands up, and walked away from the gun.
Yeah,
that's probably.
And if he runs at that point, that's different because the deadly threat that I knew was there was gone. So then I'm not smoking that guy. But if he's yelling at him to put the gun down, that means he probably sees said gun.
Yes. Yep.
And he didn't drop it because he didn't articulate that it was dropped. So I don't know.
Maybe he set it down. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
good on this officer, like I said, for not turning this corner too terribly fast because there have been cops that have died doing this very thing. But.
It doesn't show where he went or what happened.
He probably hopped this fence, to be honest.
I think so, because there's cops right there.
Yeah.
So he probably did, but.
Ooh.
So this
heartburn.
This is your boy here, driving from Utah, from Dallas.
Oh, so I did see this. So okay, so I watched this. There's a video. I think if you go, it's your very next post here. I'm gonna give a synopsis of this. So we'll pause it here once we get like a nice little freeze frame for them. Let's skip ahead like to the minute something. Here we go. So this is Colion Noir. He's a Second Amendment advocate. I am an advocate for the Second Amendment. Even when I was a police officer, I still liked the idea of civilians having guns. And this is, I believe, his videographer and one of his good friends.
Yeah.
And they were driving out of Texas, and I grew up in North Texas, so I get it. He's there in like BFE, Texas, in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
And they get stopped by an officer. This is a really old officer. It's a speeding ticket. His friend was the one that was driving, and he noticed that his friend had a very, I think it was Indonesian. He had an Asian name, last name, Thai. There it is. And he mentioned it. Hey, so where are you from? And he asked him where he's from. Well, anyways, this guy proceeds to talk about this officer, it's like super old officer, proceeds to talk about. Yeah, there it is. I tagged us in it.
I know you did.
So, anyways, he starts talking about like being in Vietnam, and he killed as many of these Asian dudes as he could. That's a pretty big red flag. Like, and they even talk about it. He's like, maybe it was said in jest. He's like, his attitude just did not come off well, as like he tried to make it a joke. And if it was a joke, he didn't care that we laughed at it or not. And again, look at this comment here. Cops aren't your friend. Like, in this instance, they're not. And this is really where, and this is.
But that's not defending those type of comments.
No. I think the problem today with a lot of law enforcement circles right now, this is kind of why we made Only Cops, and this is kind of like why we have this whole platform. There is a segment of the thin blue line population that defends them no matter what. Like, you can do no wrong, you can say no wrong, you can whatever. And I'm like, no, he doesn't need to be making jokes about killing Filipinos to a Filipino dude in a car. No police department needs to be holding on some old crusty dude that for some odd reason grew up in a different time, in a different age, that doesn't realize that that's not a professional way of carrying yourself.
It's not funny.
No, it's not. Well, and honestly, like I said, and we just talked about this earlier, that like you represent the same badge that I wore. You know, my actions set precedents in everyone that I interacted with on law enforcement. And so if I treated them well and they walked away from the experience with me realizing, oh, cops can be professional, whatever, people like Paul and people like Michael get to still be cops and have at least some positive news stories or interactions out there. But when you're a dick like that, and then that story propagates, you're doing nothing. It was exactly what happened in 2020. And anyone that was a cop during 2020 got to experience this the hard way. I went from doing traffic stops, and they were, you know, I'd say like 50-50. 50% of the time they got it, they were cool, and the other 50% of the time they were, you know, FTP and whatever. And I got it. I understood what I signed up for. Dude, post 2020, even people that were pro-police were nervous.
Yeah.
I had people that normally would just have been annoyed at me pulling them over to legitimately being afraid because they were convinced I was going to pull them out of that car and shoot them.
Because that's the narrative that got run so heavy.
You know, but they someone had to give them that nugget. Someone had to give them the story. Yeah. And when you're that asshole, this is what happens. And of all the people he could have done it to, of all the people he could have pulled over and had this dick move about, it was you know, Colion Noir of all people. And you know what I mean? And you know, and I'm glad he posted about it. I'm glad he brought it up. I'm glad he had a problem with it enough to go say something about it, because I really do think that type of stuff needs to be highlighted. Those type of cops don't need to be doing the job. And the people that aren't willing to take a good hard look in the mirror and think about, hey, should we be kosher with this? It's literally what we've done this entire time in this video. Is this something that we as the law enforcement community are going to be kosher with? Yay or nay? And as annoying as it is, because I've been on the business end of people, you know, Sunday night quarterbacking it from their couch, you know, I've been on the business end of that. And you know what? All of my entire police career was on body cam. You want to go look at it and go critique it all you want, that's fine. I sleep perfectly happy at night with everything that I did because I conducted myself as a professional. Bill and I were given the very fucking short sticks on patrol, and it never devolved into stuff like that. There's not a single person that interacted with me that can act like I was this super insensitive, unprofessional person. They might not have liked it because they were a pedophile and getting taken to jail. You know, they might not have liked the interaction.
There's plenty of people that didn't like us. But
sure.
None of them would have come back and said anything like this.
Yeah, not a single thing I did would have gone back to this. And there's no reason for it.
Exactly. You can't tell me that you can't do the job without that.
So I actually really want to give a shout out to, like I said, Colion Noir is a really good advocate for civilians and again, in getting gun training and stuff like that, and being a responsible owner, and in trying to do, you know, the right thing as a civilian to empower yourself to create safety. Kind of like the contractor guy that's like, hey, you don't need to be pushing your girlfriend into the car like that. Or do you not feel safe? Yeah. He propagates that for individuals, and then to just be to be the department that allows an officer like that to exist. Fuck you for the admin that lets it happen. There was officers at the police department I worked at that I didn't think had any business wearing a uniform and doing the job.
I would agree with that.
And you know,
this is my thing. Like this, this bottom part here, I don't care if you're joking or not. If you say some stupid shit like that, you don't deserve to put on that uniform or wear that badge. Don't care at all.
Yeah, fuck you and your admin. This shit makes me mad. It really does. It really does. It because there are people that have died for that job doing it the right way. Yeah. And because there are officers that do the job the right way and are now getting dicked on because you have an entire portion of the population that's pissed off at you. Like, I've been on the business end of that. I have been injured. I've been assaulted. I've been all of those things, all because of some asshole halfway across the country.
And they
decided to be a selfish prick.
Made it known that that's why they were acting the way that they were acting.
Yep.
There was no hiding. So.
Fuck that guy from whatever part of BFE, Texas you are. You are not a cop like I am.
You're an asshole.
Yeah. Shout out to Mike the Cop for this one again.
This is just fun.
He's got the white.
This is incredible.
I think it might be rolling on like the
just the rims.
That
yeah, it might be,
like
dude.
Rims, dude. Like,
golly.
there was almost nothing left.
Hey, shout out to that year model of Dodge vans. Yes. I swear they make it through anything. They're like the most bomb-proof vans I've ever seen in my life.
That's true. This is just...
hey, shout out to Governor DeSantis down in Florida. I respect your game.
Just going to leave this up for a second. Just take a little shot. Because, bro, you couldn't pay me to leave New York fast enough, honestly.
Yeah, so I respect that. I respect that these guys are doing that kind of stuff to try to, again, have better police officers in their cities.
Yeah. So, police posts, again.
Shout out to Police Post. Yeah, headlocks while standing don't work great.
Okay.
Ian, it's your internet.
I guess it is. I don't know.
We're gonna see that the stream still appears to be up.
Let's try this.
So it might just be the server.
Instagram shitting on me right now.
Or the web hosting. They know what we're doing.
They might.
They're trying to shut it down.
YouTube's like, we're done with this. Well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still hearing you. So for the chat, again,
it was
empty.
It was bad, empty hand. I mean.
Yeah, for the couple first seconds that I saw it, yeah. If somebody's jumping a turnstile to jump you,
well, and did you see
you don't need. Yes.
She was grabbing the arm of the officer.
Yeah.
She wasn't doing
so.
Like,
Let's do better. Also, again, tool dependency. He went for a tool instead of just going hands on. Hey, man,
Agreed.
You're a cop. You're not a substitute teacher. Be ready to go hands on. You need to be ready to go hands on.
You're a cop, not a substitute teacher.
Seriously, though, you know.
Yeah, I'm with you. But
there any other stories or anything we want to cover?
No, that was a lot. That was a lot of posts.
Shout out to everybody that joined us in the stream. We had a lot of Lisa Gonzalez. She caught us at the very last second here. What's going on, Lisa? Welcome to the chat. You have a lot to watch and check up on. We covered a bunch of stories in this one. We wanted to kind of give some insight onto the Tucson officer situation that happened. We did that earlier. We also did
training posts.
There was a lot of training posts, man. There was just a lot in there.
It's good stuff. I like to see it because that means it's out there for everyone. It's not just
do
you have to pay to take my course? Like, come on.
Yeah. We also did we did a lot of kind of highlighting. There was a couple of these that I was like, wow, be better. Like, you suck as beating. We had really good cops and really bad cops in both of these clips.
It was a good mix this time. So.
Welcome to the chat, bro. Even Boom 11's giving Lisa some love. We are going to try, just to kind of give you guys that are here live a little heads up on what we're going to be doing. I'm going to try to go live again on Tuesday. I don't know if it's going to be a Let's Play. I was at church. Oh, like a responsible person. Goodness gracious. Look at us.
Look at you guys.
Sorry, probably missed a lot. Well, God bless you if you're at church. Unless that's church like we talk about choir practice, like you were, air quotes, at church. And if you were at church, then God bless you. But
hey,
you were being...
Sunday. It's Sunday.
It is Sunday. So anyways, I'm going to try to go live on Tuesday. I believe it's going to be a live stream. I don't know what. We might do Halo Infinite again if I have a bunch of people in the lobby.
I downloaded it.
Okay. If you want to partake in the, we're calling it the OCFT, which is the Only Cops Fire Team, reach out to us, send us a direct message on Instagram or on TikTok, and we can get you guys on Steam. If we have you guys on Steam, we can add you to the fire team. And if I have enough people, we'll play big team. If not, I'll keep it down to about 4. If I can get 8, I think we can have our own lobby and play our own games, which is kind of cool. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. I might do some stuff like that. Again, our Discord is done through a paywall because that's like actual direct access to us that goes straight to my phone. I will be checking our direct messages if you guys want access, like I said, to our Steam account so that we can become Steam friends. They can invite you to that stuff. We still have Phasmophobia on the table, depending on how many people come in. The reason why we're doing Halo, the reason why we're doing Halo Infinite is it's cross-platform and it's free to download. I think it's like 16 gigs. How many gigs is it? 28 gigs. Okay, it's a lot of gigs.
It's huge.
So it's 28 gigs. So download it beforehand. But if you download it, like I said, we can play for free online, and we'll get a Discord chat room up for you guys so that you guys can go over here and demonetize the piss out of us.
It took my PC almost an hour. So
It took a minute. Yeah, it took a minute for me too.
but
So
that's with my internet speeds too. Like
Yeah.
it was crazy.
So if you guys are interested in that, I'm going to be trying to do that Tuesday, and then I'm going to do an in-person one sometime later this week with Bill as well. We're going to try to also do some more filming. I have some skits I have to put out for
Some
admin skits. Yes, I have an admin skit that's pending a meeting. So I have to do some admin skits, and then I have to do I want to start some gear reviews. If you guys are interested in that or interested in like specific type of gear, again, leave messages in the bottom below. Again, Bill and I are working on some of the details for that. If you guys like this style of doing it, Bill and I can just take turns hosting it. I like doing them in person because I like seeing Bill's face. Him and I are.
You just want to come to this new room.
This man cave's pretty sexy. I was there right before he changed everything, and it was pretty sexy then. But I'm getting to see it online, and it's pretty sexy now. So, like I said, the game plan is going to be about 7:00 on Tuesday. It will be our next live stream. We'll see if producer Juan gets off his butt and puts. We did up the filming. We did the hard part. So we have Darman. We have Lessons with Louise, and we have our more Southland, and we have our energy drink review that is still pending. I believe the energy drink review is supposed to be ready to go. So Bug, throw a bunch of hateful stuff in our comments, and Juan will see them, and that'll put fire up Juan to actually go do something.
Producer Juan, get your shit together.
Yeah, so I appreciate you guys for stopping into the live stream. Thank Bill for hosting it. He prepared this entire Instagram list, so thank him for getting off his. He has been very diligent
all the time, looking for
Yeah.
shit to talk about.
So he has given us this very sweet. These were all really good too. Like shout out to Bill.
I kind of got tired of the memes. Like, yeah, the memes are funny.
Yeah.
But, like, these videos are actually good to talk about. So
Shout out to Boom11 for just absolutely killing the game and showing up to all of these. You make me happy more than you know. I want you to know that. Paul, shout out for hanging. I think he hung out with us most this time. So Paul, shout out to you. Michael, if you watch this later. Yeah, Michael, if you watch this later, thank you for being in here as always. He is our Patreon subscriber.
That's right.
I've never had an energy drink. Are they good?
No,
Lisa,
don't do it.
I would compare energy drinks to meth.
They're like nicotine.
It's like nicotine. If you don't smoke, don't do. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't have any of those bad behaviors. But man, do I abuse caffeine.
Same here.
And energy drink is just a tasty way of abusing my caffeine. So
right.
I went from like 6 or 7 cups of coffee a day to just like 3 energy drinks a day, and I think I'm down to like 1 a day. So
I'm down to 1 or none. So
yeah.
But that's
so
taken, like 30 years.
When our energy drink review comes out, you can get some suggestions if you'd like to start abusing caffeine. But if you don't
drink water.
You don't have drink water and sleep. That would be my suggestion: is to drink water and sleep. And like I said, if there's specific stuff you guys want to see, obviously, as always, put it in the chat below.
Hit us up.
And if there is what was I going to say? If there's games you want us to play, obviously throw the suggestions in there. If you guys want to join these games with us, you do have to send us direct messages so we can do it, or join our Patreon, and it's done automatically. It gives you automatic access. Depending on your Patreon level, you get administrative access versus just like I get to come and check it out access. But that'll automatically put you in the Discord. Some of these even, like we had Michael jump into one of these like live, and he got to go and make his own little snarky comments about stuff. So anyways, what else is on the table? What was I going to say? Halo Infinite, Phasmophobia. We're looking at maybe Call of Duty. We're gonna see how we do that. And then Grand Theft Auto 5 is on the table, possibly.
I need some PlayStation games. Okay.
Yes.
Not a keyboard.
Flashing Lights is another good one. I have that one downloaded. I might be playing that one later. Not tonight, but later this week.
You need to go to bed.
I know. I need to go to bed. I have to work like a loser.
I have to work.
What was I going to say? I think that's it. I think that's everything. I appreciate you guys riding two-man with Bill and I. Thank Bill again for hosting it and his sweet Rogue shirt that I just noticed right now.
That's right.
And then for his super sexy man cave, it's a lot more interesting than just my face.
There you go.
And until we see you guys next time, thank you for riding two-man with us. Peace.